Hey y'all, it's Royalty. While you're listening to my EP, a brief description. In this episode, you will find a ploy. Be different and be heard. Music is my favorite thing in the world. I want people to relate to me just as much as I can relate to me. So to my viewers, welcome to my thoughts.
Hey y'all, it's Royalty. Back with another video, episode 2. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, let me know your thoughts. So today we're going to be talking about the process of writing progressive rap. For me, what it means is that as an artist, it's very important for me to write progressively. I want to make sure that in my music I tackle things that I can relate to, things that I know other people can relate to, things that I feel are very important to me as an artist to talk about. So I went to the studio the other day to record, and I recorded this song called Boys Love Rap. Basically, the song is supposed to be about a lot of boys. They find interest in rap at an early age, and some of us, we grow up to understand ourselves as human beings, and we try to tackle that through therapy, which is music for us, specifically the LGBT community. We're boys, we love making music, and we love music as in general, period. It's very important for me to talk about hurt. It's very important for me to talk about fakeness. It's very important for me to talk about the world, how the world sees me, how the world views me. So writing progressive rap is basically that music comes in all different types of colors, shapes, forms. There's no way for a lot of us to feel like we can't speak on things that we know firsthand, deep down in our heart, we know. So the process for writing music is I have to be inspired. I have to be able to understand that if I went through something, then it's going to help the next person. Because if you're not doing that, then it's not like, it shouldn't be a reason as to why you're doing music. You know, people do music because they think that it's all fun and games. But truth be told, we all know that when you're an artist, you have a responsibility. And your responsibility is to be an example. I feel as though me being royalty, it's a statement to say that I'm royalty. You know what I'm saying? So people think that royalty is just like one of those, like, oh, you think you're just from this or a background, or you got things handed down to you. No, you create yourself as royalty. You become royalty based off of the things that you have to do. You have to be an example. You have to lead by example. That's what being royalty is. When you think about people who have these big lifestyles, these important things that they have to handle, that's because they're actually people who need to be able to push the world, the culture. Let's just sit there and say the culture forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give y'all a couple of examples. As an artist, you should want to be inspired by just the littlest things. It could be the smallest thing, guys. It can be the smallest thing. You have to be inspired by something. We don't just wake up and go to work. We don't just wake up and do things just for our health. Baby, no, it doesn't work like that. We have to have an inspiration. We have to have a drive. It's been people in my life that have had things to say about me, without knowing my side of the story, because everybody has something to say. But for me to be an artist, I have to speak on what I know to be true for myself. I have to be honest with myself in my music. So when I went to the studio yesterday, I recorded Boys Love Rap. Uh, it's basically, a bop. For me, I consider it a bop. It's progressive rap, but it's also pop, which is, the new term bop. Something to make you just get up and dance. I just had an amazing holidays. I just had a nice Thanksgiving. Christmas is in 2 weeks. So, I want to be able to have something to put out going into the new year. As an artist, and I will emphasize this, as an artist, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you want, your target audience, the people you want to be able to listen to their music. Honestly, I don't care if people listen to my music or not. As long as I know that I'm an artist in my own right, that's all that matters to me. And you have people out here that they make music because they feel like as if it's just a hobby. But for some people, it's a career. I feel like being a artist, a progressive artist at that, you know, you have to make sure that when you're doing this, because the world does not want artists with actual talent. The world relies on repetitiveness, but everything in rap and music in general is repetitive. Everybody's doing the same thing. So you want to be different, you want to stand out. I feel as though um I need to be able to speak my mind. I need to be able to speak what's on my heart. I have a lot of time on my hands to be able to do everything that I want to do. I have a lot of stamina, a lot of stamina in my mind to be able to tackle everything that I want to tackle. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and play a little clip of the song that I recorded. And I want y'all to let me know if y'all like it or not. So period. Life will be intact. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Nigga, roger that. I'm a black sheep, rider in a Nissan. I'm pulling up with the heat, so I'm burner boy. If you seen what I seen, you a turner boy. Burner boy. Yeah. Working boy. I'm a grown ass kid, blessed and highly favored. Waking up every day just to get this paper. Talking slick, real shit, I'm an innovator. Rapping out for later. If I'm rich and call it preaching like a prophet. Nonetheless, keep on streaming, made a profit. Quick to read up on the net for that knowledge. In 2023, I'm going back to college. You a lame, you complain out of pocket. I be shooting for the stars like I'm rocket. It might take me to the moon while y'all watch it. Dreaming big, thinking bigger, that's your conscience. So on and so forth. Y'all just heard a snippet of Boys Love Rap. I don't know what's missing, but I know that I need to finish and add on a couple of missing things. I low-key want to do a feature with this song. Boys Love Rap to me is something very, very special because it just landed literally on my lap. It was something that I felt like I could really tackle because I've been doing rap for a minute and I want to branch off and be versatile as I already am. But I want to do more bops. I want to do more pops. I want to do bubblegum rap. I want to do things that make me happy as a human being. It's not about being gay. It's not about having the best verse or the best bars or the best. It's not about that. But people, what they fail to realize is music comes in all different shapes and forms and sizes and everything. Music is so universal. People don't understand. Like, you may be from Atlanta, you may be from California, you may be from Texas, you may be from New York. Everybody has their own wave of music. For me, because I'm from Texas, I have to like represent for the stars. So it's one of those things for me. I have to actually have something to say. I have to. Because if I'm not having something to say and it's important, no one is going to listen to my music. No one's going to listen to your music. So you got to make sure that you have things to say. Putting forth effort into putting that music out and creating it and perfecting it, all the dynamics of making music. What draws me to music in general, just as an artist when I write, I want to write very, 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 very honest. Like the artists that I kind of like look at as an example, let's say we look at Logic. Logic is a dope artist that nobody really gives him credit. Nobody really gives him his flowers. Who else? Let's talk about J. Cole. J. Cole, another one. Kendrick Lamar, another one. It's quite a few older artists that I look at instead of the newer artists because the newer artists, they don't really have that it boy type of. But for me, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna say a couple of artists that are in the LGBT community because that's really where my audience is in the LGBT. I love I love this artist, Elise. Elise has a dope voice. He has a dope way of delivering his music. Um, and I will honestly sit here and I will say that regardless of it, I'm supported in my journey to the music industry. I have to give my flowers where due. I have to give my flowers to Elise. I have to give my flowers to T Brazy. I have to give my flowers to Ocean. I have to give my flowers to Ken. I have to give my flowers to Dre Bay, especially Dre Bay. I love Dre Bay so much. Um, and anybody else that I've kind of like took in with a grain of salt of their artistry, I kind of like to utilize that with what I'm trying to put forward because I understand that these artists are great and they have their own lane and they have their own way of making music. So, with that being said, I want you guys to kind of like get into what I'm trying to put forward in the world. Um, I have like a big energy. Energy. I have a big pico energy. So I want everybody to listen to my music. I'm gonna put my link in the bio. It's called A Brief Description for a Reason. My artistry, my entry into the music world as an actual studio artist, recording artist, whatever you want to call it. And we're just gonna move up from here. I feel like that's the only way to go. I know that this video was kind of short and I'm gonna try to put more footage out for people to understand what I'm trying to do. Other than my vlogs, this is like my second video. So for Royal TV, we're gonna put progressive rap because that's exactly what it is. For me, it's progressive. Um, this is also something that helped me as an artist understand my wave and what I want to accomplish as far as like, being an artist. I want to be able to accomplish progressively. I want to be able to write progressively. I want to be able to look back at this and tell myself, this is what you're doing it for. This is who you're doing it for. Every month I go to the studio. And I also want to say 2023 is around the corner. So I'm not going to put out a full length project. I'm just going to only put out singles because I feel like singles are better because if you have singles, then, people become more familiar with you before you actually put out an album. And I think that that's exactly what I lacked when I first started out. I didn't put out singles. I only put out songs on projects. I didn't be able to market my songs the way I wanted to because of the fact that I made a whole full length project and it took me so long. I didn't put out no singles whatsoever. I started doing music back in 2019. So for it to be like 4 years ago and I'm now going into 2023, I want to make sure that I want to pull a Nicki. Y'all remember how Nicki did like singles all year back in 2013? She did nothing but singles because she had already put out her albums. She wanted to go ahead and just do what she knew what the fuck to do. So for me, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to experiment with drill beats. I want to experiment with pop beats. I want to experiment with bubblegum rap. I want to experiment with dance beats. I want to experiment with Afro beats. All of these things are a part of my personality. So as long as people see that, what more could a person expect from someone who is giving them every type of vibe left and right? I think that it is a vibe for me because I love music. I love that music is so therapeutic for me. And every time I hear a beat, and if I really like that beat, trust and believe that I'm going to put myself on there. So, period. But yes, you guys go ahead and subscribe. Click my link in my bio. My Instagram is official SirRoyal. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. It's official SirRoyal. Look at my Apple page. I have a good amount of songs. I have a good amount of material on my artist page, on my SoundCloud, on my Spotify, and I'm so proud of myself because I just put out a song called Time's Up. I was so proud of myself because I was talking about things that actually meant something to me to talk about. I was talking about a lot, and I couldn't stop going. So I owe it to myself actually to be able to give the world a piece of me. And the songs that I put out, I'm gonna make sure that I get the attention that I deserve from the music that I make. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see y'all next time on Royal TV.